24 hours of a protein deficiency. That would be it. I'd be dead. So you just have to do it. It's set up like that. And I remember a little later we did the same thing to a cow. A cow wasn't producing enough milk, and we were brought down to this organic dairy, and we shot the cow in the head 3 times with a rifle, and she fell to the ground, and he cut her head off, and the blood was everywhere, and he wiped his brow very calmly and said, "You have to do that. You have to cut those arteries while the heart is still beating, otherwise the flesh would be disgusting. We humans would never want to eat it because we don't like soggy flesh." And so underlying and behind the curtain of our culture, there is a massive amount of killing. 75 million animals a day, just in the United States alone, are being slaughtered for food. These are numbers that are mind-boggling. And that's the background of this culture. And unless we begin to look behind the curtain of our denial and come to terms with this violence, not only to the human beings who have to do this kind of brutality on a massive scale and what it does to them. If you just read books about what slaughterhouse workers and factory farm workers go through, the violence, the spousal abuse, the drug addiction, the alcohol addiction, the misery in their lives, about 1 billion people are chronically malnourished and hungry. Another 1 billion people are chronically obese and overweight because they're gorging on grain-fed animals. And the massive devastation to the environment and the disconnectedness underlying that's been injected into us by our culture and by our religion, by every institution, because we don't want to look at this because it goes against our fundamental nature. So the underlying idea is to awaken to our natural compassion. And I think this is the great calling that we all have. This is the underlying benevolent transformation, benevolent revolution, benevolent evolution that our culture yearns for and longs for. And we can see right now, literally, it's on our plate. We now have 3 years and 4 months, thank you, to make the major changes. And I just want to invite all of us in this room and everyone who's listening to this or watching this at any time to go into our communities and spread this message. I was just at a retreat on my book, The World Peace Diet. 40 people went out, and they're now teaching the ideas in the World Peace Diet in their communities. We can do that with all modes and forms of vegan education. It's a grassroots movement. It's not going to be coming probably for a while to the mass media, but it can. But it will when we get strong enough. So keep spreading this wonderful message, and thank you very much. Bless you. That's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
What a fascinating conversation and discussion we're having. If only every human being on the planet could hear this discussion. And as we continue our discussion, Lionel Friedberg, do you have another question for Supreme Master regarding this issue of spirituality and evolution and how we need to regard other life as sacred if we are to survive?
I would like to get some feedback from you as to your audience. Are we actually getting this message through to people? And if so, how are we able to extend? I think Supreme Master Television is a wonderful institution, and I want to commend you from the depth of my heart for what you are doing. How can we get more of this into the world, into society? How can we reach more people? Is there anything that you can advise us on this?
Thank you, sir, for trusting me. We are doing just whatever we can, not just on television, but the people from the association, they're going out of their way, they're printing thousands, hundreds, thousands, millions of leaflets containing the information about global warming, SOS, and the alternative lifestyle of a vegan diet. And they go out, they put the flyers in their pocket, in their handbag, and they distribute it wherever they go, on the bus, on the train, in the restaurant. I even do it myself. Whenever I go out and when I see some appropriate situation, I would also hand out a leaflet about SOS and vegetarian diet. And also nowadays we have emails, we have internet. We do whatever we can. There's no other way that I can even suggest. What you are doing already is very wonderful. And what Dr. Turtle has been doing is wonderful. He wrote books. Some people wrote books. Some people go on TV. Some people go on radio. Some people write articles on the newspapers. Some people go out and distributing flyers. And some people gather information about vegetarian diet and the urgency of our planet, and they just give it to everyone that they can. And that's all we can do for now, sir. Or else I think we can hire an airplane and go in the air and let all the flyers fly down everywhere. What else do you think we should do? Maybe you have better idea. The government must involve. The media must involve. Because it should be official, the vegetarian diet. Vegetarian or vegan should be the norm in the society right now. Should be the official solution, the immediate solution, the immediate effect for our planet. The government, the media, should please help. Anyway, we could spread out whatever way we can, because if the government and the media doesn't join us, then we're a little bit short and maybe slow, but we do it. We do individually whatever we can. All the vegetarian, vegans, people out there, please just print any leaflet you can concerning urgency of the planet and the benefit of vegetarian diet in connection with saving the planet. Please do it. Please don't be shy anymore. It's time now. I know you don't want to boast about you are being vegetarian,